scrolling her phone under the table. Her mother sets down her fork, looks at you with that expression, the one that says she's about to deliver wisdom she didn't earn, and says, "You should try harder to keep her happy." Your wife leans back, smiles. Not at you, past you. Like you're a window she's looking through. You heard her. You fold your napkin. Set it next to your plate. Look at both of them. I did. That was my Sunday. My mother-in-law. My wife. My napkin on a table I helped pay for in a house where my opinions stopped matching about 6 months ago. My name is Cole Brown. I'm 39. I manage construction projects in Omaha, Nebraska. I drive a truck that's older than my marriage, and I've never once raised my voice at my wife in 8 years. Not once. People who know me would tell you I'm the easygoing guy. The one who shrugs things off, cracks a joke, moves on. Here's the thing about easygoing guys. Everyone assumes there's no line. That the patience is infinite. That the calm means you don't feel it. They're wrong. There's a line. Caitlin just didn't know where it was yet. We got married when she was 28. I remember the first year, she'd show up at the job site with sandwiches, sit on the tailgate of my truck, steal my hard hat. The guys on the crew loved her. David West, my foreman and best friend since high school, used to say, "Brown, you married up and you know it." I didn't know it. I told her every day. Somewhere around year 6, Caitlin got promoted to regional sales manager. New office, new wardrobe, new circle. She started a wellness journey. Her words, which mostly meant green smoothies, a gym membership she guarded like a state secret, and a vocabulary I didn't recognize. Words like alignment and boundaries and emotional labor. I didn't mind the words. I minded that they only ever pointed at me. "You know what your problem is, Cole?" she says one night, loading the dishwasher. "You're comfortable. You don't grow. I'm pulling permits for a $12 million project downtown, but sure, I don't grow." That was the first time I noticed something shift. Not what she said, how she said it. Like she was quoting someone. Rehearsing a line she'd heard somewhere else and liked the sound of. The relabeling started slow. My calm became boring. My jokes, the same ones she used to finish for me, became childish. My loyalty became clingy. I didn't change a single thing about who I was. She just found new words for all of it. Thursday evening. I come home from the site at 5:30, boots still dusty. The house is empty. Her gym bag is gone. I check the time. She moved her workout to exactly when I get home. We used to have that overlap, that hour where the house had both of us in it. Now we swap like shift workers. I walk in, she walks out. Some nights we don't exchange a single word. I make dinner anyway. Chicken, rice, the garlic sauce she used to request. Set her plate in the microwave. She comes home at 8, showers, eats alone in front of her laptop. I'm already in bed reading. She doesn't come in to say goodnight. One night I try. She's on the couch, scrolling. I sit down next to her, reach for her hand. She pulls it away, not fast, not angry. Slow. Like my touch is an inconvenience she's trained herself to avoid. Doesn't look up. Doesn't explain. The topic doesn't exist. I go back to the bedroom. Close the door. Lie there staring at the ceiling fan, making its slow circles. Stay with me here. Her mother calls me the following week. Patricia. Sweet woman, in theory. She opens with small talk. The weather, her garden. Did I see the March Madness tournament this weekend? Then pivots. Cole. Honey. Caitlin tells me you two are in a rough patch. We're fine, Patricia. She says you've been distant. Unresponsive. She needs you to step up. I cooked dinner every night this week. That's nice, but I mean emotionally. A good husband adapts. You should be grateful she's still here. Grateful. She's still here. Like she's doing me a favor by sleeping in the same house. I appreciate the call, Patricia. Just try harder, Cole. That's all she's asking. I hang up. Sit on the porch steps. The neighbor's dog is barking at nothing. I think about the word harder and what it means when you're the only one trying it all. Then came the Sunday dinner. The napkin. The smile. You heard her. I heard her. I heard both of them. What I didn't say at that table, I'd already seen the messages. Wednesday, for days before that dinner. I come home early. The concrete pour got rained out, and the foreman sent the crew home by 2. Caitlin's at the gym. Her phone is face up on the kitchen counter, screen lit. I don't go looking for it. I'm reaching for a glass from the cabinet above, and the notification catches my eye. Danny Wood. I missed this. You deserve someone who actually sees you. I set the glass down. Pick up the phone. 3 screens of messages. Hearts. Thinking about you. His profile, Danny Wood. Old flame from college. Reconnected on Instagram about 2 months ago. The timestamps go back 8 weeks. 8 weeks. While I was cooking her dinner and setting her plate in the microwave and reaching for her hand on the couch, I put the phone back exactly where it was. Face up, screen off. She comes home from the gym 40 minutes later. Hair wet, gym bag over her shoulder. Hey, what's for dinner? Chicken. Again. I watch her pick up the phone, glance at it, slide it into her pocket. Same smile, same voice. Like nothing happened. Because for her, nothing did. This was just another Wednesday. Tailgate of my truck. Job site. Thursday. Lunch break ended over an hour ago, but I haven't moved. Phone in my hand. Michigan State highlights playing, sound off. I used to watch the games with Caitlin. She'd pretend to care about brackets and steal my nachos. Last month she called sports childish. Same nachos. Same brackets. Different word for it. David climbs up next to me. Doesn't say anything for a while. Then, you look like a man doing math he doesn't want to finish. Something like that. When you're ready to talk, I'm here. I nod. He hops down, walks back to the crew. That's David. No pressure. No speeches. Just there. Friday night. Caitlin sits me down at the kitchen table. She's got a candle lit, the one she bought for intention setting, and her hands are folded like she's about to deliver a quarterly earnings report. Cole, I've been thinking. I need a break. Not from us, from the pressure. I need to figure myself out. What does that look like? I'll stay at Savannah's some weekends. Attend her self-alignment workshops. I just need space to breathe. Savannah Bailey, Danny Wood's sister. I know this because I looked it up Wednesday night after reading those messages. Savannah runs weekend retreats out of her house in Bellevue. My wife wants to spend her weekends at Danny Wood's sister's house to figure herself out. Just don't go anywhere, she adds. Touches my arm. Looks at me with those eyes, the ones that used to make me forget every bad day I ever had. I'm not leaving. I just need room. Here's what she's really saying. Wait. Stay put. Keep the house warm. The bills paid. The dinner in the microwave. While I figure out if there's something better. Okay, I say. She smiles. Squeezes my hand. Thank you. I knew you'd understand. I understand plenty. Saturday morning, she's gone by 9. The house goes quiet in a way it hasn't been. Not peaceful quiet. Empty quiet. I pour coffee, sit at the table, and look at the chair where she was sitting 12 hours ago saying, I love you, with Danny Wood's messages 3 taps away on her phone. Her mother calls at noon. Patricia, right on schedule. Caitlin says the break is going well. She sounds lighter already. Good for her. Cole, I want you to know, I told her you're a good man. You just need to be more present, more engaged. She needs to feel like you're fighting for her. Patricia, when's the last time you asked what she's doing for me? Silence. Then, that's not how marriage works, Cole. Interesting. She hangs up first. That's a new one. The next 2 weeks, the pattern locks in. Caitlin leaves Friday evening, comes back Sunday night. During the week she oscillates, sometimes warm, sometimes ice. Always performing something she saw in a podcast or read in a book Danny's sister recommended. Monday evening. She brings me coffee at the kitchen table. Sits down across from me. I was thinking about that trip we took to Colorado. Remember the cabin? We should do that again. Sure. You don't sound excited. I'm listening. She reaches for my hand. This time I don't pull away. I let her hold it. Watch her face. She's searching for something. Reassurance, maybe. That I'm still anchored to this table, this house, this marriage. I love you, Cole. You know that, right? I know you say it. Her hand tightens, then releases. She picks up her coffee and walks to the bedroom. The door closes quietly. I hear her phone buzzing on the nightstand. Thursday. I come home. She's already eaten. My plate is not in the microwave. Not on the counter. Not anywhere. Did you eat? I ask. I had something at the office. And me? She looks up from her laptop. That patient, annoyed expression, the one that says I've interrupted something more important than my existence. Cole, you're a grown man. You can make yourself something. I open the fridge. The garlic sauce I made Sunday is in the back, untouched. I close the fridge. Make a sandwich. Eat it standing at the counter while she types. She doesn't look up once. Saturday morning, before she leaves for Savannah's. She's standing in the doorway with her overnight bag, yoga mat under one arm. You know what bothers me about you, Cole? You never fight for anything. You just accept things. Like you don't care enough to push back. I care. Then show it. Do something. Be something other than this. She walks out. The door doesn't slam. It clicks shut. Somehow that's worse. Sunday night she comes back. Different energy. Softer. She finds me in the garage organizing tools that don't need organizing. Hey. She leans against the doorframe. Arms crossed, but not tight. Loose, almost shy. I missed you this weekend. I look at her. She looks like she means it. That's the part that gets you. She looks like she means every single thing she says, right up until the moment she doesn't. Did you? I did. She takes a step in. I was thinking, maybe we could do something this week. Just us. Dinner somewhere nice. Like we used to. Sure. Pick a night. Wednesday. Wednesday works. She smiles. Soft. Real. Walks over, puts her hand on my shoulder, and for a second, just a second, I feel it again. The pull. The gravity of her. The thing that made me propose in a parking lot on a Tuesday because the weekend was too far away. Then she goes inside, and I hear her phone chime. 3 times. She doesn't come back to the garage. Wednesday, she cancels. Something came up at work. Rain check? Sure. The rain check never comes. The following Saturday, I'm scrolling my phone before bed. Caitlin's tagged in a photo, a group shot at some wine bar. Her and 3 women I don't recognize. Danny Wood is in the background, slightly out of focus but unmistakable. He's looking at her. The caption is from someone named Jessica. Girls' night with the best crew. Girls' night. With Danny Wood standing 6 feet behind my wife. Her friends know Danny's name. I've never been tagged in a single one of her photos in 4 months. I don't exist in her online life. Danny does, in the background of every picture, close enough to matter, far enough to deny. I set my phone on the nightstand. Stare at the ceiling fan. You know that feeling when you realize you're not in the story anymore? You're just the setting. The house, the bills, the porch light that clicks on at 7. She's living a whole life, and your furniture. I'm standing in the kitchen the next morning, and I realize something. She keeps a ledger. Every mistake I've made. The anniversary I was late to 3 years ago. The time I forgot her sister's birthday. The weekend I went fishing instead of her work gala. She stores them with exact dates and details. Ready to deploy. But the dinners, the oil changes on her car, the porch railing I fixed twice, the nights I sat up waiting, those entries don't exist. The ledger only runs 1 column. I remember every good thing she did and forget the bad. She remembers every bad thing I did and forgets the good. We've been reading 2 different marriages. Sunday evening. David texts. Diner. 7. Bring an appetite. The 24-hour diner off the highway. Red vinyl booths. Coffee that tastes like it was brewed during the previous administration, and a jukebox nobody feeds anymore. The waitress, Paige, brings my usual before I sit down. Black coffee, turkey club, extra pickles. She's known my order for 2 years, ever since I started coming here to think. David's already in the booth. He's got that look, the one he gets on site before delivering bad news. Straight face, hands flat on the table. How bad? I ask. He slides his phone across the Formica. Instagram. Danny Wood's page. A restaurant I know, the Italian place on Farnham Street where Caitlin and I celebrated our 3rd anniversary. Danny's at a table. 2 wine glasses. A jacket draped over the opposite chair. Caitlin's camel coat, the one I bought her last Christmas. Danny's caption, good company. Posted Saturday night. During the self-alignment workshop. I stare at the photo. The jacket. The wine glasses. The candle on the table. The same kind she burns at home for intention setting. There's more, David says. He scrolls. Danny's story from 2 weeks ago, a coffee shop selfie. Caitlin's reflection in the window behind him. Her laugh, frozen mid-frame. Another story, a hiking trail. Her sneakers at the edge of the shot. He's been telling people she's basically single, David says. Patrick Butler heard it at the supply yard. I take a long drink of coffee. Set the cup down. Above the counter, the TV is playing March Madness highlights. Michigan State down by 9. Nobody in the diner is watching. I think about Monday night Caitlin. The coffee. Her hand across the table. I love you, Cole. I think about Thursday morning Danny. I miss this. I think. I still cook the same dinners. Still fix the same things around the house. Still tell the same dumb jokes she used to finish for me. She called all of it dependable. Now she calls it boring. I didn't change a single thing. She just changed the label. I'm calling Todd Jackson. I say. David nods. About time. Monday morning. Todd Jackson's office on Dodge Street. Handshake like a vice. Office that smells like old paper and strong coffee. I lay it all out. The messages, the break, Danny, Savannah's so-called retreats, the Instagram posts. How's the house titled? Todd asks. My name. Through the company. Purchased before the marriage. That's good. Joint accounts? One checking. I'll move what's mine today. Todd writes something. Looks at me over his glasses. Cole, I've been doing this 22 years. The break isn't self-discovery. It's an audition. She's testing whether the upgrade works before she drops the current model. I figured. Most guys spend 6 months hoping. You're already sitting here. That tells me something. What? That you've already decided. You just needed someone to hand you the paperwork. He's not wrong. I spend the next 2 days moving pieces. Quietly. No announcements, no confrontations. I photograph every room in the house. Copy financial records. Organize screenshots into a folder labeled with dates. Todd's paralegal sends me a checklist. I work through it at the kitchen table while Caitlin's at her retreat. Monday evening she comes home. I'm making dinner. She walks into the kitchen, stops. Looks at me like she's trying to read a book in a language she forgot. You seem different, she says. Different how? I don't know. Calmer. Like you figured something out. Maybe I have. She studies me for a long moment. Something flickers behind her eyes, not guilt. Curiosity. Like she's trying to decide if this new version is a threat or an opportunity. Good, she says. That's good, Cole. She kisses my cheek. Goes to the bedroom. Closes the door. I hear Danny Wood's name in a whispered phone call through the wall. Just the name. Then her laugh. Then silence. I keep making dinner. Wednesday. Caitlin comes home glowing. She's bought groceries. She's cooking. Hasn't done that in months. The kitchen smells like sun-dried tomatoes and garlic. I'm making that pasta you like, she calls from the stove. The one with the cherry tomatoes and basil. I sit at the table. Watch her move through the kitchen the way she used to. Humming. Tasting. Adjusting the heat. For 30 minutes, the woman I married is standing in front of me. The one who brought sandwiches to job sites and stole my hard hat and made David West say I married up. This is nice, I say. And God help me, I mean it. She sets the plate down. Sits across from me. Reaches across the table, fingers finding mine. Cole, I think the break is helping. I'm seeing things clearly for the first time in a long time. I want us to work. I really do. The pasta is good. Her eyes are soft. Her hand is warm. Something in my chest cracks open, because I want to believe this. I want Wednesday Caitlin to be the real one, and every other version to be the mistake. I want that too. I hear myself say. She smiles. That smile. The one that made me propose on a Tuesday in a parking lot, because I couldn't wait for the weekend. Thursday morning. 6:15. I'm pulling on my boots. Her phone buzzes on the nightstand. She's in the shower, door open, steam rolling into the hallway. The screen lights up. Danny Wood. Last night was amazing. Can't wait for Saturday last night. While she was making me pasta and holding my hand and looking at me with those soft eyes and telling me she wanted us to work. I set the phone down. Exact same spot. Walk to the truck. Drive to the site. Don't think about it until lunch. Then I sit on the tailgate and think about it for 3 straight hours while Jake Clark brings me a coffee I never touch. Here's what I finally understand, and it's so clear it hurts. The break was never about finding herself. It was about finding out if Danny was a better option while keeping me as the safety net. Not because she valued me, because she needed a fallback. Danny's been telling people she's basically single for weeks. She wasn't waiting to come back to me. She was waiting to see if she needed to. I wasn't being waited for. I was being stored. Thursday night. Kitchen table. Legal pad. I write down everything I need. The house deed, my name. Financial records, organized and copied. Screenshots, saved. Todd's number, already in my phone. I don't feel angry. I don't feel sad. I feel something I haven't felt in months. Clear. Friday afternoon. Caitlin's packing her weekend bag. Yoga mat. Overnight clothes. That candle she carries everywhere now. She kisses my cheek at the door. I'll be back Sunday night. Love you. Drive safe. The door clicks shut. I wait 10 minutes. Then I start. Saturday morning, David shows up with his truck. We work through the house room by room. My clothes into boxes. Tools from the garage, loaded into the bed of my pickup. The grill, paid cash, receipt in my files. Books, records, the cast iron pans my dad gave me, the coffee maker. I leave her things exactly where they are. Every photo of us on the walls, untouched. Michael Stewart from next door sees us loading. Walks over, hands in his pockets. Moving day. Something like that. I'm sorry, Cole. Don't be. I'm not. Michael nods. Shakes my hand. Goes back to his yard. By evening, the house is half empty. My half. The living room has gaps where the recliner was, where the bookshelf stood. The garage is bare. The kitchen is missing the knife set and the coffee maker and the cast iron that's seasoned over 4 generations. I set a folder on the kitchen counter. Todd Jackson, attorney at law. Inside, separation filing, financial disclosures, the house deed showing my name only. A sticky note on top. The house is yours to use until the paperwork is finalized. Cole. I lock the front door. Leave the porch light alone. It's on a timer anyway. 7 on, 11 off. Been that way since we moved in. The diner. 9:30 p.m. Paige pours my coffee without a word. I sit in my booth, the one by the window. TMZ is playing on the TV, some segment about a celebrity split, the crawl scrolling details nobody asked for. I pull out my phone. No calls. No texts. She doesn't know yet. Sunday. 7:14 p.m. My phone lights up. Caitlin. I watch her name pulse on the screen. 3 rings. 4. 5. I think about the pasta. The hand across the table. I want us to work. I think about Danny's text 12 hours later. Last night was amazing. I set the phone face down on the counter. Paige refills my coffee. Neither of us says a word. The phone stops buzzing. Starts again. Stops. A text. Cole, what happened to the house? Call me. Then, where are you? Then, Cole, please. Then a voicemail. I play it. Her voice, shaking, high, stripped of every rehearsed word she's used for the last 3 months. Cole, I came home in the house. What is this? What is this folder? Cole, you can't just... We said we were working on this. I made you dinner. I told you I wanted us to work. Call me back. Please. Please call me back. I listened to it twice. The second time I notice what's missing. She doesn't say, I'm sorry. She doesn't say, I should have told you about Danny. She says, we were working on this. Like the version of events where she's been seeing another man every weekend doesn't exist. Like the pasta and the hand-holding erased everything else. It didn't. I set the phone down. Watch the parking lot through the window. A truck pulls in, headlights sweeping across the booths. Someone else's story starting. David calls Monday. She came to the site looking for you. I told her I didn't know where you were. Thanks. She was crying. Cole. I know. You good? I think about it. Really think. Yeah, I think I am. Todd handles the rest. Her lawyer tries to contest the house. Can't touch it. Titled in my name through the company. Purchased before the marriage. The financial split is clean. Todd tells me she was surprised by how organized my files were. She asked if there was a chance to talk. Todd says over the phone. About what? She said she made a mistake. She wants to explain. She made several. And she can explain to Danny. What should I tell her? Tell her the porch light's on a timer. It wasn't waiting up for her either. I find a place near the site. Small, clean, quiet. David helps me move the boxes in. We order pizza, sit on the floor because I don't have a couch yet, watch the tournament on his phone. Michigan State is down 12 in the second half. They claw back, tie it up, then lose by 2 at the buzzer. David shakes his head and says that's the most Nebraska ending he's ever witnessed. I laugh. First real laugh in weeks. It bounces off bare walls that don't know me yet. But they will. I find out later, from David, who heard it from Michael Stewart, that Caitlin called her mother that Sunday night. Sobbing. Couldn't get the words out. Patricia's response, word for word. Tell him to try harder.